that the Lord had put inside of your midst. God gave it to you for a specific reason, but you run off and frolic with it. You go off and party with it. God gave it to you for you to take care of a particular debt that you have been whining about saying that was on your head. But when God gave it to you for the debt to be taken care of, you run off somewhere with some buddies and clicking and all wouldn't do what was supposed to be done. Now there comes a point of something being empty inside of the house, and the creditors have come, and they've come to take the seed. They've come to take the seed. They've now come, and they've come to take the seed. Proverbs 13. Proverbs 13. Proverbs 13, an amazing chapter. Let me see where I want to start it. I may skip through it. Let's go to Proverbs 13. Let's skip this thing. Let me see where I want to go. I know I'm going to pick up verse 6. Let's pick up verse 5. Let's get verse 5. Verse 5, Proverbs chapter 13 says, a righteous man hateth lying. A righteous man hateth lying. Just so y'all understand, not being honest or not disclosing of a truth is lying. It gives way for a deception to enter. A righteous man hateth lying. He wants the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God. But a wicked man is loathsome and cometh to shame. A wicked man, that head gonna be dropped after a while. It's gonna be dropped after a while. A wicked man. All right, those on Zoom, y'all need to mute. Verse 6. Proverbs 13, verse 6. It says, righteousness keepeth him that is upright in the way. Righteousness keepeth him that is upright in the way. Righteousness. All right. Righteousness keepeth him that is upright in the way, but wickedness overthroweth the sinner. Listen to what he's saying. Righteousness is going to keep you upright, but being wicked is going to get you overthrown. Verse 7 says there, no, let me go down. Go to verse 10. It says, only by pride cometh contentions, but with the well advised is wisdom. Catch what he says. Catch what he says. Verse 10. Only, says only, which means nothing else is included in it. Nothing else is involved in it. He says only by pride cometh contentions. Now, contentions means strife. Contention means variations, a difference of. So it says when there is a difference and there is a distance, a separation, look for pride. Look for pride. Go ahead and look for it. Go ahead and look for it now. Don't let them lie neither, because they'll lie and pretend it ain't there. But look for it. Look for it. You can look for it. Wherever there is some contentions, there is some pride. And that pride, what pride is the disability or the refusal to humble oneself. And even in the aspect of having to say, yeah, you know, that's right, you know, you're right. Pride won't allow that to happen. So in verse 10, again, we see it says only. Notice the wording he uses. He says only It's only going to be that one thing. So they can, try to dress it up all they want to. Well, it ain't really that. Only, it says, only by pride cometh contentions. Notice the ETH at the end of the word cometh, which means continual. So it says, as long as there is an operation of pride, there's going to be contentions. There's going to be struggles. There's going to be variations, which means you ain't going to be on the same page as long as there is some pride. You can fake it all you want to, but you're not going to be on the same page. I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to throw this disclaimer out there. I don't want relationships anymore that are just with me and you not really with me. You just there. I don't want that. I don't want to be able to say we got years together, but we got a bunch of hell and aggravation. No, if we can't get the stuff worked out like it needs to be, then and say goodbye. Let's just do that. It doesn't matter, even in ministry. Let's just kiss and say goodbye. Only by pride cometh contention. It says, but with the well advised is wisdom. Catch what he says. With the well advised is wisdom. So therefore, I need y'all to really hear that. I need y'all to really catch that, because I told y'all when I first got started, I was hearing a lot of chatter in the spirit realm. I could hear it, and I could hear it good. I want to run something by you. That's what I kept hearing. I want to run something by you. I kept hearing that as a chatter. And that generally, I want to run something by you. Generally, when that gets started, that's somebody that's in a limbo concerning something that's done been said or something that's done been done. So they looking to feed off of somebody else for the answer. They don't want to accept the answer that may came or what was said or however. So I want to run it by somebody else just to see what they got to say. Well, if that person is not of the same mentality of the person that you were talking to, then you're going to get a whole different conversation from them. You're going to get a whole different view from them. Be smart, y'all. I done told you you too dumb. You too smart to be dumb. Now be smart. You're going to get a whole different view. If you talking to hot water and go talk to cold water, you're going to get a whole different view. You're going to get a whole different view. When in fact, what needs to happen is you may just need to sit yourself down and just talk to the Spirit of God and let the Spirit of God open you up and reveal to you what you're missing, what you are refusing to see, what you are refusing to hear. That just may be what you need to do. Humble yourself. Stop thinking you got to be in control of everything and humble yourself. This may be what needs to happen. He says now, but with the well advised is wisdom. So if you think that you've been sitting under and been well advised, y'all should be operating in a level of wisdom out of this world. But it all depends on what you got in your house. See, this season right here, and y'all better hear what I'm saying to you now. This season right here, you're not going to be able to be sitting under the tutelage and gathering things and not putting things in right perspective like you supposed to. You're just not going to be able to do that anymore. It's not going to work anymore. We're not going to be able to just take advantage of and use the things of God anymore without reservation. We're not going to be able to do that. We have sat in the house of God. We have sat for years in the house of God, and we have not did what we should, and we have not gathered what we should. We are not at the places as to where we should be. How do you know, Pastor Lee? Because if we were, we would not be in these predicaments where there's nothing in our house. Ooh. Verse 13. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 13. It says, whoso despiseth, please don't do that, the word shall be destroyed. Lord, help us, please. Whoso despises the word shall be destroyed. Now, some would say, I don't despise the word of the Lord. I sit in and I be, and when I be when I be in service, I just be excited and I gather what the Lord is saying. But then what do you do when you go home? What do you do when you go home? How much of the word is in action in your home? How much of the word is in action in your home? How much of the word is in action in your home? How much? How much of it? How much of it is in action in your home? If y'all noticing, we having a hard time getting to the buildings. So you can't let that be your answer no more, for real. Don't look like. How much of it is in action in your home? How much of what we have heard down through the years that the Lord has allowed us to come together week after week, midweek together, and allowed revivals to be popping off everywhere? How much of that did we take to our home? Or are we in a predicament like how this lady was in the Bible here? Her husband was a son, was one of the sons of the prophet, dwelling under the tutelage under the man of God. But then when it come time, there ain't nothing in the house. There's nothing in the house. How many of you can quote some things that Pastor Lee done said to you, that's done tried to help you, to tell you? Or was it a situation as to where something had to happen and then you were like, oh Lord, Pastor Lee told me that. See, prayer is preventative. That's a whole nother. I done been trying to tell y'all that. It's preventative. Verse 13 again. Whoso despises the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded. Notice what he says. He switches over to say it comes as a commandment. So when wisdom comes, wisdom literally comes to you. It comes to us by way of a commandment. And what that means is it's going to come by way of an instruction. Y'all, please quit playing with this stuff. Please. It comes by way of an instruction. If instruction has been given to you, it's been given and imparted into you by someone that the Lord has placed you under the tutelage of, please follow the instructions that's been given to you, because it's trying to help you in case something was to happen. There is no way you cannot convince me that this man was sitting under the tutelage of Elisha and he was not bringing the things back to the home. But when the things come back and you don't appropriate them like you should, or you misappropriate them, I'm going to take this right here. God gave me this. The Lord opened up a door and blessed me to be able to get $5,000, but I'm not going to take the $5,000 and pay off the debt that I've been crying about every month. I'm going to take it and I'm going to go, and me and my homegirls is finna get together and we finna go and blow this, baby. We finna go pop some bottles and all this little type stuff. This is what we're finna. You've been in trouble. It's gonna be some trouble. Be some trouble, because when the time comes to see what's in the house, you better make sure you got some stuff in your house. I'm just a messenger. I'm trying to make sure my house is filled. You better make sure you got some stuff in your house, because everything that you want to keep hid in your house, because y'all know we got that mentality. What goes on in here stays in here. Y'all know how we'll do. We'll hide some stuff in the house. Be nasty as hell to each other in the house, and then come out in the public wanting to speak. Y'all know how we do, but I'm here to tell you, you better hear what I'm saying to you today. Exposure came to them. She had to go to them neighbors and ask for some vessels. She had to go to them neighbors and ask for some bottles, which letting them know chick over there struggling. Chick ain't got it together like she said. chick over there struggling. So I'm here to tell you now. I'm here to tell you, go on with your pride. Go on ahead and keep that pride. Go on ahead and keep rising up against the things that's done been spoken